From college standout to underperforming pro, here's how Skip Bayless just exposed Caitlin Clark to the world. The Indiana Fever's game against the Chicago Sky on June 23rd was a critical matchup that showcased both the potential and the pitfalls of the Fever's season. The Fever started off strong, with a promising lead in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark, who has been thought to be the future of the franchise, initially seemed to be on track for another impressive performance. Her presence on the court was electric, and early in the game, she made a few key plays that had fans on their feet. As the game progressed, though, the momentum shifted dramatically. The Chicago Sky began to exploit the Fever's weaknesses. By tightening their defense and focusing on neutralizing Clark, they managed to turn the tide. Clark, who is typically a high-volume shooter with a career average of over 25 points per game in college, was held to just 17 points in this game. The turning point in the game came midway through the second quarter. The Sky's defense, particularly their double-teaming strategy, forced Clark into difficult positions. She was often caught between trying to create plays for her teammates and looking for her own shot, leading to several turnovers. The Sky capitalized on these mistakes, scoring crucial points off transitions. Clark's performance in the second half was particularly concerning. Known for her ability to score under pressure, she instead appeared hesitant. There were multiple instances where she passed up open shots, opting to pass the ball instead. This indecisiveness not only affected her scoring, but also disrupted the team's offensive flow. Clark finished the game with 5 assists, but her impact was minimal compared to her potential. In the fourth quarter, the Sky came back to pull the victory by 1 point, winning 88-87, all thanks to Angel Reese and her ability to energize her team and come back to win the victory and shut the Caitlin Clark show down. So, what did Skip Bayless have to say about all of this?
Caitlin, I don't know if she has that dog in her. I know she's got talent. I know she's got distance shooting talent, and I know she definitely has a gift for passing the basketball, but I don't know if she has that dog in her.
Well, we all know he is no stranger to controversy, and his recent comments about Caitlin Clark have certainly stirred the pot. During his show, Bayless argued that Clark is not living up to the hype that surrounded her coming out of college. He claimed that her struggles in the WNBA reveal a player who may have been overrated all along. According to Bayless, Clark's lackluster performance against the Chicago Sky was not just an off night, but indicative of deeper issues in her game. Bayless did not hold back when talking about Clark's game. He pointed out several key areas where he believes Clark falls short. First and foremost, he questioned her mental toughness.
I don't know if she has that dog in her because I start to wonder. I know it's extremely early, but I'm just saying I start to wonder when I see what I saw yesterday.
Bayless argued that Clark doesn't have that dog in her, meaning she lacks the relentless drive and determination to dominate at the highest level. He highlighted moments in the game against the Sky where Clark appeared hesitant and unsure, particularly in critical moments when the Fever needed her to step up. He also criticized Clark's shooting consistency. Known for her scoring ability in college, Clark's shooting has been erratic in the WNBA. The inconsistency has been a pattern in her early professional career, leading to questions about her ability to adapt to the tougher defenses and faster pace of the WNBA. Angel Reese came out and shut the game down. She locked up Clark and pushed her team to victory. But the question remains, why didn't Clark step up and do what she needed to do to get the win? Bayless also took aim at Clark's defense. He pointed out that opposing teams frequently target her, knowing that she struggles to keep up with quicker guards and often finds herself out of position. This not only exposes her team defensively, but also leads to foul trouble, further limiting her impact on the game. Bayless's comments has sparked a broader debate about whether Caitlin Clark is overhyped. Her college career was nothing short of spectacular, filled with high-scoring games and highlight reel plays. However, the transition to the WNBA has proven to be a significant challenge. The question now is whether Clark can adapt and rise to the occasion, or if her college success was a result of facing lesser quality competition. The intense spotlight and high expectations are undoubtedly factors in Clark's struggles. Every game is scrutinized, and every mistake is magnified. This level of pressure can be overwhelming, especially for a young player still finding her footing in a new league. While some players thrive under such conditions, others can crumble, and it's becoming clear that Clark is at a crossroads in her career. Comparing Clark to other young stars like Angel Reese, who has seamlessly transitioned into the WNBA, and is thriving under the pressure, adds another layer to this debate. Reese's ability to handle the spotlight and deliver consistently solid performances highlights the gap between Clark's potential and her current reality. This comparison begs the question, can Clark develop the mental fortitude and consistency needed to succeed at this level? Angel Reese showed up and took control. But is Caitlin Clark too nice? Is she really going to be someone who can step up when the time comes and lead her team to victory? The sports community's reaction to both the game's outcome and Bayless's comments has been mixed. Many fans, particularly those who followed Clark's college career, are quick to defend her, citing her potential and the challenges of transitioning to the WNBA. However, others are starting to echo Bayless's concerns, questioning whether Clark is as transformative a player as initially believed. Analysts are divided as well. Some believe that Clark simply needs more time to adjust, and that her struggles are part of the natural learning curve for any young player. They point out that many great players faced similar challenges early in their careers. Others, however, are less optimistic, arguing that Clark's fundamental flaws, such as her defensive liabilities and inconsistent shooting, may prevent her from reaching the heights we are all expecting. The implications of this loss and the surrounding controversy are significant for the Indiana Fever too, though. If Caitlin Clark does not begin to perform consistently, the Fever's chances of making a playoff run are slim. The team's strategy has been built around her scoring and playmaking abilities, and her underperformance puts additional pressure on her teammates and coaching staff. The ongoing debate about Clark's potential could affect team morale. Players need to believe in their star player, and if doubt begins to creep in, it could lead to a lack of cohesion and trust within the team. This internal discord could be as damaging as any tactical error on the court. As we analyze Caitlin Clark's recent performance and the comments by Skip Bayless, it's essential to consider the role of Christy Sides as head coach. Coaching is a crucial element in any player's development and performance, and Sides' strategies and decisions have a significant impact on Clark's transition to the WNBA. One of the main critiques of Sides' coaching is her rigid offensive system. In college, Clark thrived under a system that allowed her the freedom to make plays, take risks, and showcase her scoring ability. Lisa Bluter, her college coach, designed an offense that played to Clark's strengths, enabling her to excel and become a standout player. In contrast, Sides' system appears more structured and less flexible, limiting Clark's ability to improvise and use her creativity on the court. During the game against the Chicago Sky, Clark was often seen following set plays that didn't maximize her scoring potential. Sides' insistence on a more conservative approach meant that Clark had fewer opportunities to take open shots or create scoring chances for herself. This strategy might work for some players, but it clearly stifles Clark's natural game, leading to frustration and underperformance. Sides' defensive schemes are also problematic. Clark is known more for her offensive pressure than her defensive skills. But even knowing this, Sides has placed Clark in high-pressure defensive roles that expose her weaknesses. This not only leads to foul trouble, but also affects her confidence and aggressiveness on the offensive end. Comparing this to successful teams in the WNBA, we see a clear difference. Teams like the Las Vegas Aces and the Seattle Storm have coaches who adapt their strategies to their players' strengths and make effective in-game adjustments. This adaptability is a key reason for their consistent success and why their star players perform at high levels. So, what do you think about Skip's comments? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments.